what you call a barbecue.
Yeah, so there's been a few questions and comments regarding our steaks and where we get them from. So we thought today that we're going to do a bit of a comparison. We thought that rump steak is a good, it's the most basic steak. We've gone for like the most affordable rump steak.
I've had a bit of a scan of this selection. I see that we're missing one supermarket.
Yeah, so unfortunately Asda didn't have any rumps. They had sirloin, but obviously we're not going to use sirloin because that's not a fair comparison.
If you don't have rump, you can't enter the competition.
So as you guys can see, we'll run through them.
So first up, we have Tesco, one of the biggest supermarket chains in the UK. I expect them to have some decent buying power, and I think the final product should be fairly good because of that.
Nah, I don't think so, dude. They're like on every corner. Yeah, they're big, but I'd expect that to translate into like a pretty average steak. Probably a decent price, but probably not a very good steak. So I'm not looking for a good showing here from Tesco, to be honest.
Well, Rex, Tesco comes in at £3.99 for 255 grams, which translates to a price per 100 grams of £1.56.
Lidl. Well, everybody loves Lidl, don't they? They're there for the common man, and they've got the magical middle aisle. I really want these guys to do well. Jacques?
Yeah, as you guys know, I also really like Lidl. We've got some premium cuts, and as you know from our previous videos, we've done our thick cut sirloin steaks and the tomahawk steak. So I really want them to do well. Unfortunately, these are the bang average steaks, so I'm not too sure how they're going to fare.
Well, they come in at 232 grams for £4.29, 185p per 100 grams. So they're really losing to Tesco, unfortunately.
Iceland. Well, who knew these guys sold steaks? Only our cameraman, the steak, knew because he bought them. I don't know how these guys are going to fare, but it's a nice thick cut. What do you think, Rex?
I mean, I've been into Iceland once in my life, so yeah, it does look good, but also I don't hold out high hopes.
Well, Iceland comes in at 227 grams. It costs £4.50, and that translates to 198p per 100 grams.
Sainsbury's, yeah, the middle of the supermarkets. Neither too cheap nor too posh.
Yeah, Sainsbury's one of the only club cards I don't have, so I'm quite interested to see how this steak's going to do.
200p per 100 grams. 225 grams for £4.50. I don't know.
Right, Rex, so next up we have Waitrose. I bought this thin little steak from a little Waitrose. It deserves to be in a pan, so I've got no high hopes for it. What do you reckon, Rex?
Yes, well, Waitrose indeed, darling. Mwah. Yeah, the citadel of posh Britain. I also don't have high hopes.
Well, the steak comes in at 200 grams, costs £6.59, and that translates into a whopping 380p per 100 grams.
Right, Jacques, M&S. £9.25 for 227 grams of bog standard rump steak. That, my friend, is mental.
Yeah, listen, I look completely out of place with my flip-flops in M&S.
407p per 100 grams. Pretty outrageous. Let's see how they do. Let's see how it tastes.
Morrison's, one of the only supermarkets with their own butcher, which is great because you can ask the butcher to cut your steak a certain thickness and chat about the rugby from the weekend. Rex, What do you think?
Dude, I love Morrison's, right? They make the guys wear the little hats. They have the salad bar where you can get your lunch. I love that salad bar. It is the great supermarket. I hope their steak does well.
This is just their standard steak. It comes in at 255 grams, costs £5, and that translates to 196p per 100 grams.
Last but not least, Aldi, the supermarket that everyone else is chasing in terms of price. There are more Aldis than Lidls in Britain as well, which surprised me.
Yeah, so I really like their Big Daddy steak. It's very good value for money, but this is just their stock standard rump steak, so I'm very keen to see how they perform.
Yeah, well, 232 grams for £3.99. That brings us in at 172p per 100 gram. Right, so we've got the prices, we've got the weights, we've ranked them accordingly. Right. When it comes time to taste the steak, we're going to be blindfolded. It's going to be totally subjective, scoring out of 10.
All right, Rex, let's get some spice on these bad boys. Right guys, as you can see, all our steaks have come off. What's the most important rule, Rex?
We all know it. Let it rest.
That's the end product. We'll see what they
Let's
taste
see what
like.
we have.
Alright guys, so it's time to taste. I just wanted to say a few things before we taste. These steaks have all been treated the same, but obviously some of them are a bit thicker than others. So you are going to probably see some that are cooked more than others, but that's the whole objective here. We treated them exactly the same.
Yeah, if the shop's selling a thin steak, then unfortunately it's taken a little bit more cooking than a shop that sold a nice thick steak.
Also, as you can see, we can't see.
Cameraman is going to hand us a bit of steak. He's then going to take down our scores. If we give the steak, we're going to rate it out of 10 for flavor, 10 for texture. Each of us is going to do that. Guys, as always, thank you for liking and subscribing and following us on social media. If you don't already do it, please do.
That's steak number 1.
Nice and chewy. A little bit dry. Good flavor though. I'm going to give that one 6 for flavor, 5 for texture.
So texture wise, I'm going to give it a, actually I'm going to go down to a 4. And flavor, pretty good smoke flavor. Nice char on that one. I'm going to give the flavor 6. Right.
That one, for me, it's a 6 and a 6.
I'm going to go flavor 6. Texture 7. That one was definitely a bit better in terms of texture.
It's a mental way to eat steak. I think it's how they eat steak in Afghanistan.
You can't say that, bro. In terms of texture, this is the best one yet. Flavor was a 5, texture an 8.
I'm going to do flavor 5 and texture 7.
That's good.
Is the cameraman sure he's given us the same steak here? Because I think quite the opposite.
Yeah, you've got the exact same steak.
Flavor for me, that's a 7. Texture a 6.
Flavor for me, that's a 4. Texture 5.
All right, steak number 5. Not bad.
Not bad, not great either. A little bit of a blood taste.
I'm gonna give that one 5 on both flavor and texture.
I'll do flavor 5, texture 6.
Well, I might as well just be eating one steak, bro. I'd say one thing is they are all very similar. This one I'm gonna give the same as the last, 5 and 5.
I'm going to give that one 5 for flavor. I'm going to give that one a 7 for texture.
Right. Yeah, pretty average for me, this one. I'd say texture wasn't too bad, but flavor, I don't know. Flavor 5, texture 6. These are all middle ground steaks, eh? Nothing
It's always going to be close though, because they are, they are
fairly similar.
fairly similar bottom of the range steaks. Half of them probably come from the same farm. But that one, I quite like the flavor of that one. I'll award it a 7 for flavor, but I can't give it more than a 6 for texture.
Last steak.
Last steak.
Nice bit of char on that one as well. I like that. I like that bit of char on that one. I'm gonna go flavor 7 and texture. It's actually quite good, the texture, even though it was a bit chewy.
It was a nice flavor. That one did have a nice flavor. I'm going to do flavor 7 as well. Texture, I'll give it a 6.
Yeah, I'm following you on that. Texture 6.
Cheers, Jacques.
Yes, yeah. Well, I
Right.
think that was quite a nice experiment. That, we've learned a few things here today.
What have we found out?
Well, we found out that if you buy steaks from M&S, firstly they're very thin and they're very overpriced. They're coming in at £4.7 per 100 grams, and in terms of taste, they tied last with Sainsbury's. So, yeah, guys,
Looking good
M&S.
for M&S.
Yeah, I mean, I think this will probably be better in a pan. You just quickly flick it over. Yeah, what else did we learn?
We learned that Iceland is not to be scoffed at.
Yeah,
It obviously didn't win, but it didn't put in a bad performance. So Iceland pretty good.
Yeah. I think Iceland scored second, tied second
Yeah, second for taste
taste.
on the taste metric, and yeah, it came in 5th for price, which is a bit shocking because you'd expect Iceland to be on the cheaper side, but not too expensive. Anyway, it came first in overall price, second in price per 100 grams, and it came 3rd for weight. So the undoubted winner is, of course, Aldi.
Yeah, I think also fair mention to Waitrose for scoring 25. So I guess you
Yeah.
get a bit more bang for your buck there, but you're still paying £3.30 per 100 grams. So keep that in mind. Most of the other steaks were all under £2. Yeah, Sainsbury also quite low in terms of taste. And
Yeah. Tesco did well. It's the best price.
yeah,
It's best price individually, best price per 100 grams, and it's not a bad taste score. It came 4th for taste, so
Yeah.
off the podium on taste, but overall,
good value for money.
good value for money from Tesco. So our recommendations: Tesco or Aldi if you're going to buy
Yeah,
bog standard steak. Right, next week what's going to happen is we're going to braai one steak and we're going to test out different blindfolds.
yeah, guys, thanks for liking and subscribing, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers.
Cheers. Nice one. How's that steak? Yeah?